Today I thought I would go out to Longboat Key, if I can find my hat, and go jogging. I can't find my famous blue trademark hat, and that usually kind of like bugs me, but I guess I'll have to grab another hat. I just pulled up at, I think this is North Longboat Key. I always have so much trouble pronouncing these beach locations. Either South Lido or North Lido or... Anyway, there's a helicopter coming. So I think Kim and I were out here maybe 2 years ago, and since then they've built these piers, little fishing piers made out of concrete, because they were never here before. The water comes all the way up to the edge of these trees right here. So if you walk through there, you have to take off your shoes, which I'm wearing my jogging shoes, so I don't want to take off my shoes. You have to go through this little forest trail that people have sort of trampled through. All these trees are really weird. I don't know what they are, but they're all like the same size. They're very short. I mean, they're like an 8-foot tree. I have no idea what these trees are called, but it's kind of an interesting area because I don't think in this area there's really anything like this. Check out how weird this is. Some of these trees have leaves, but a lot of them don't. A lot of them, I don't know if they're dead or what the deal is, but there's just hundreds and hundreds of trees with no leaves. Once you get past that real thick section, it starts to open up where there's actually space up here for people to like bring their towels out, their coolers, and a lot of people bring hammocks out here. In between the trees, they'll string a hammock out here. It's somewhat secluded. Here's some people over there. Very neat area where a lot of the trees have been knocked over by the tides and everything. This little stump as a little selfie stick type of thing, and I put my camera right here and was able to take a really cool picture right there of those trees that are all stacked up there. Somebody made this like a little teepee / lean-to out of a bunch of sticks and stuff. It's pretty neat, huh? Like almost like a little kids play area. You know, this is so stupid. As picturesque as this place, I didn't bring my tripod with me, so I'm sort of having to improvise. But look at all these awesome pictures that you can take, that you can use as like backgrounds and stuff. And it's just like everywhere. You could be standing on that or standing on this. I'm kind of mad at myself that I didn't bring something out, so I just have to make do the best I can, basically. On a more serious note, I did have sort of a subject that I wanted to kind of cover while I was out here, as well as get a nice run in. Sometimes friends don't treat you the way you want them to treat you, basically. Look at this pretty lagoon. Lighten up the mood for a second. Sometimes your expectations exceed what reality is, I guess. And I've had a lot of friends over the years, and I've sort of broken up with my friends over issues, sometimes big and sometimes little. I don't know. How do you justify whether an issue is important enough to say, that's it, I just don't really want to be friends with you anymore? I had a counselor one time, I'd say about 15 years ago, when I was sort of having some problems with panic attacks and some other issues that were going on in my life. And she basically just told us, it was a group thing. It was a group counseling session thing, and we would all come in and like spill our guts. Our counselor, who was, I'd say she was in her 50s, she said, if there is a relationship in your life that is hurting you so bad, you need to get away from that, and you need to find something positive in your life. And you know, obviously, if you're in counseling, you've kind of admitted that you have an issue, or you admit it, there's like some kind of circumstance beyond your control in your life that's making you depressed or anxious or nervous or whatever it is. And she was absolutely right. At the time, I think there was two things in my life. There was a girl that I had dated that sort of broke my heart. The other thing was my brother's situation with his family. My brother married a lady who was not a nice person, basically. And it affected the whole family because she would just have these outbursts and stuff, and she was just a mean person, like without going into a ton of detail. And it really bothered me. And I used to like to go up and visit them because they would stay in their house like all the time. They never went out. So the only time they would go out is when my brother would come visit me and take his daughter along, and the wife would stay home. And then she'd call like 75 times if you didn't answer the phone. So I was sort of just passing on some advice, trying to pass on from my 40-something years of living on this earth, is sometimes you just have to let friends go because they're not making you feel good about yourself. My motto is sort of like, if they don't make you feel good about yourself, then why are you hanging around them? And I look for people who are positive, moving toward a direction. That's the way I see myself, I guess. Not a perfect person, not being perfect, of course, but I forgot my glasses too, darn it. This beach is really white. But just, you know, somebody that is a positive person, positive influence on you. Don't hang around with people that are negative about life and they just complain about stuff. That was the job that I was in 3 years ago. Very negative place. Everybody just complained and bitched and complained, and it rubs off on you and it sort of infects you with that negativity. Alright, so enough about that friendship stuff and more about the beautiful beach that is Longboat Key. I wonder if this duck will take a selfie of me. Duck, can you take a selfie of me? Would you mind just for a sec? I know you're busy, but you can just take a quick selfie? Just for a sec? No? Sure? Okay, thanks.